This morning, I would like to continue in our series, Those Who Have an Encounter with Jesus. And this morning, we're going to make a stop in that Shunem, that place called Shunem. But as I reflect on the story this morning, my mind reminded me of my hike a couple of days ago on Tuesday. As I walked around, I saw trees overladen with beetle bugs, tiny beetles, ladybugs, colorful, but they were invading the whole place at one section of the journey. Then I came across so many different plants that I saw chaparral, I saw tissus, I saw elderberries, raspberries, and all these different things that so one for the cough, cold again. All these things that I have to buy, they were growing out into the wild. Then my mind came, I saw the blue jays. Wow, that was a beautiful bird. I was trying to take a picture of it for you, but it just kept moving so quickly. Beautiful bluebirds out here, beautiful birds, and beautiful characters. The lizards or horn lizards, lots of horn lizards, big. And then I'm crying. I missed by a few seconds to take a picture of the two-spot rattlesnake for you. You can see I'm crying, right? Yeah. I'm crying that I missed it. I was too far walking up in the line to catch it. But yeah, I'm crying. I didn't catch it. You can see I'm crying, really crying. Didn't catch a rattlesnake. But as I reflect on all those different things around me, and as I reflect as where we are in our journey with God and the story, I think about how God provide for the things around us, nature, how God provide for the animals in nature, the plants He provide for us. He says, I provide all these things for the healing of the nation. And oftentimes we don't, as I walked around and I think, oh my God, how much money do I spend on these things? Mullein, there was a mullein plant. I've learned so many wild flowers were out there. I had a botanist in front of me. I had a zoologist in front of me. I had so many ists in front of me. All these silver foxes, in their 70s and 80s, and they're doing better than me because they're good hikers. They're seasoned hikers. And they were telling me of all the different flowers and all the different plants. And I could see all these plants that I have to buy online. And I'm like, this part, I could live out here at this part. Yeah, I didn't have to buy these. All I have to do is just go up in the mountains and pick a few of these, and it's right there. And it brings me up for a story this morning to a woman, a Shunammite woman, who came to Jesus and wanted some healing for her child. And as she spoke to Jesus, Jesus used the opportunity to teach a wonderful lesson to his disciples. His disciples who were fixated. You see, the Jewish people did not accept Jesus for the most part. And here was this Shunammite woman come to Jesus, and Jesus decided to teach an important lesson at the point of her visit. This Shunammite woman had Jewish ancestry. And here she come to Jesus, and Jesus preparing to go to the Gentiles, because the Jews weren't accepting him, and he dusts his feet off and keep going. And she said to her, why should I take the children's bread and give to the dog? And she said the most amazing thing, even the dogs deserve the crumbs from the table. But this woman recognized that even though her lineage may be way down into, she knew her lineage and that bread belonged to her also. And Jesus remarked that I've not seen such faith in Israel. The birds of the air recognize that this is their territory. And then when us as humans come into their territory, we are invaders. We are invading in their territory. Yet God provided for all these birds. These birds, there were some hummingbirds and they tagged the hummingbirds. When they tag these hummingbirds, they fly all over the country. And they're spotted in so many different states and in different countries. But because they were tagged in Arizona, they were able to find these birds and recognize where they were tagged. Isn't that amazing? If God can create these creatures and take care of them, how much more our Heavenly Father to meet our point of needs. Today on this preparation morning, I'm not going to spend too long. I just want to remind us that God knows your needs and He has already made provision. He's our Jehovah Jireh and He's more than enough for us. God is more than enough for you. Do you know that the God you serve has already made provision to take care of your needs? The God who loves you with an everlasting love, He knows everything about you. He knows about your pain. He knows about the challenges you face. He knows that you're hurting this morning. And we're going to lift up the family of Daniel, who we had prayed for, and God sees fit to put him to rest. And it's sad. It's a sad situation because a young 19-year-old boy just graduated from school, went out with his family's friends and tried to rescue a 14-year-old girl, got tired, bring her to shore, but was too tired to save himself. When I listened to the news, it was heartbreaking because it tells a story of every year, every summer, of several teenagers who repeat this very same act and lose their lives trying to save someone else who's drowning, and only to be pulled under, exhausted and pulled under. Unfortunately, God saw it fit to bring his journey to an end. But just as God took care of the Shunammite woman's need, God will take care of your needs this morning. He promised to gather your tears in a bottle. He promised to be there and to be your comfort in your time of need. Words are insufficient right now to express. Yes, and I just want to let you know that, like the Shunammite woman, if you can just have faith as a mustard seed, just that enough faith that the crumbs from the table is sufficient to provide for your